What's up, people? It's Thursday in April, and it's just spring is refusing to show here in Omaha. So we got another day in the 30s and rain and snow. I'm going to talk a little bit this morning. I got a lot on my mind, and I maybe will only get to a fifth of what's on my mind. But first thing I want to point out is, I am famous now, not because of my record, not because of being an artist in residence, but because I've been lampooned. That's when you know you've made it. Mikko over in Finland has made a video where he took, I'm jamming out, I think it's me jamming out to This Heat or something, and he's replaced the audio track with Kiss, I think it was I Was Made for Loving You, and posted it. I'm chuffed, I'm honored, I really am, and I do have a sense of humor. I love it, Mikko. I'll say this, though, on a serious music education tip. If you can't tell that is a mediocre disco track, listen. I'm going to throw this gauntlet down. When I put music in my videos, I know I'm playing you quality stuff. There's a difference. You can like what you want. But just like people say, you have a right to your opinion, but when there's qualitative judgment involved, there is criteria that can be cited. It doesn't mean that because this criteria is there that everyone has to follow it, but it's there. And what I'm saying is this: from a music criteria standpoint, Kiss is mediocre. That's my stance, and that video proves it. That stiff-ass beat, those corny-ass arrangements, Kiss are just insanely awful. They're just one example. I was talking via messages with another person in cyberspace here, who I won't mention right now. Maybe I will eventually, but they were trying to turn me on to hip-hop as though I had never heard it. And I don't want to take that person to task. I want to say this definitively and with a certain amount of consternation. I know what I like. I know what I hear. I know what it is about hip-hop that doesn't appeal to me. Yip-yapping, I don't give a shit what you're saying. I don't, okay? Some people are cool with the words, but the thing that interests me the least in music is the voice. Some good singing can get me. Some good screaming can get me. Every now and then some good rapping can get me. But overall, mostly what it does is it annoys me. And it makes me think of my children. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and stick my neck out on the line. What I do is not hip-hop, but this is better. This is much more interesting to me. Yeah, this music you can zone out to, and that's what I do find myself. I do still listen to my new record. I really like it. This record does zone. You can zone. Next, you start listening. See, that's why I know I'm onto something. Most of these tracks are only 2 to 3 minutes long. But before the 2 minutes is gone, it's like, where am I? That's the effect that I'm going for, and I'm getting it. A lot of the hip-hop that's going on is for people half my age. It's not for me. Now, when I'm hanging out with my buddies, like in my friend Nick Fackler, the kids, I'll call them the kids in Icky Blossoms and all the other young bands, when I hang out with them, I can vibe with them, and I can get with the groove, and the Harlem Shakes and all this crazy shit. But when I'm at home, no. Very seldom, Tonight, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is going to induct Public Enemy. I have some Public Enemy, but it's in the garage, so I can't show you. But see, I don't have to prove my blackness or anything by playing hip hop or showing allegiance to it. That's window dressing. That's shallow. It's not even an issue. If you go deeper, That's just to placate people who don't know any better. So I just wanted to share that. I know what I like, and in hip hop, it is the tracks usually that get me, not the talking. Not the talking. In my videos where I make commentary about my thoughts and feelings about the world, I get comments from people all over the world. Thank you for chiming in, people. I know I only speak from my perspective, but I know I'm not nuts, and I know I'm not crazy. And I know that what I'm perceiving is pretty clear. That it's real obvious that power only seeks to continue its reign. Power does not seek to help. The common people, sometimes by accident, actually get helped by the powers that be. But I believe if I say this correctly, historically, what we have found is that capitalism and gain, it works for a small number of people historically. I think it was the wars that made it seem like everyone could be prosperous, and of course the elite. I don't know this, but that was played upon. Oh, now we got you. Yeah, you think you can have what we have? We'll manipulate you the hell out of you now. Go to war and die for us, for no reason, I'm kind of rambling here, but what I'm saying is, with great certainty do I share these thoughts where I express concern that we're just being led along, like a bull with a ring in its nose, by the systems that are in place in the world economically that have no intention of repairing this world, bringing the benefits of technology to the common person, making life better for our children. Those are all lies. There's no intention of our governments and our leaders to do that. It's so obvious to me. I think it's very obvious. And so I have people that try to come along and tell me, just tamp it down. Oh, it couldn't be that way. I can't believe the government would do that. Oh, you're off your rocker. Sorry. Go tell some other idiot. There's too much evidence every day. And I, as a African American born in 1955, never had the luxury of being presented this false picture as though it was meant for me. I always knew it was never meant for me. So I'm not talking about music much this morning, but that's because I told you, if you look back at my videos, earlier this year I said, and last year I said, this year's going to be a doozy. Every year is a doozy, but look already, look. And people that want to say, oh, it's just circumstance. Can you read my face? Okay. So here's the last thing I want to say about it. In my opinion, the main reason why small numbers of people get away with manipulating large numbers of people into doing insane things is mostly fear. Fear, deception, and misinformation. You can't trust the media. Look what they did yesterday. All three major networks here in America rushed to report a falsity just to be first. I mean, don't you see what that's saying about reality? About everything is compromised. We don't matter, guys. I forget where I was going with this, but it's all along the same thing, which is I think, yeah, the idea to me is to face down the fear. I think that fear is used against the common man, and I'm gonna go a step further. I see the machine that makes money and power as the beast, okay? And the beast feeds on fear. Now, you can make this parallel to the Antichrist or whatever you want to. I'm just saying it like this. To me, the beast that is loose on this planet is man's nature, not something separate from us. It's us doing it to ourselves. Okay? And the thing that we use against us is fear. And if we can get out of the fear, if we can fight the fear, then we can defeat the beast. That's my thought. What can we do? Well, I think one thing we can do is stop believing the shit and stop being afraid, and realize what we really are, the divinity of mankind, and how we're all connected, and how somehow, if we could just put more effort and energy into finding a way to connect and work together, then we can save ourselves. But the way things are going now, we're not saving nothing. Nothing. And the leaders, Obama, people, they're puppets. They're puppets of the elite. I think that the whole gun issue is they want to take the guns from Americans to make it easier to take over, to just... I really do. I don't think it's in our best interest to disarm. I mean, we have a lot of crazy shit, but the idea of taking all of the guns from the people... See, I don't trust the government. I don't trust the police. They don't protect us. I have had enough personal experience with the police to know they don't give a fuck about me. And neither does the government. I don't trust those fuckers. Anyone that comes here and tries to tell me opposite, you're suspect to me. You know, you must be having something to gain, because the government and the way that the world is being run by those that are in power, all they're doing is ruining life for the common person. They're making it harder and harder and harder just to live, just to eat, just to go from place A to B. These people are supposed to be representing us. They're destroying us. You can't tell me it ain't true. Only reason why I think you would try to tell me otherwise is because you're one of them. Don't be afraid, people. Fuck money. Fuck these people. We're breathing. We're living. Let's just... I don't know. These things are on my mind. All right? These things are on my mind. Last thing I'll say is, yeah, I bought a new cartridge. My stereo sounds amazing. Last night I played my records again, Dereck 3. Wow. I'm even more proud now. Big fidelity. Big fidelity. Everything sounds... I listened to... shit, okay. A little bit of music. If you made it this long, then you get to see. Last night I pulled out Dead End Kings by Catatonia. Crank this bitch. Yeah. I cranked this motherfucker. It sounded good. I pulled this out. Still Life. I had to crank this shit. You know what I'm saying? Big heavy sound. Woo! Sounded fantastic. Moonlapse Vertigo. Wow. Pull this because of the Susie and the Banshee Citizen Dust. Big beat. Big wide groove. Lots of bass. My other Grado really didn't handle it, and I put this on last night. Good grief. Oh yeah. Played Dereck 3. I love hearing how Ryan Dye found someone selling Dereck online and got it, you know. So people do sell Dereck 3 like any other record. That's awesome. I'm glad you got one. I'm glad it's in a home where it needs to be. Okay. Very proud of that. Listen to some of this. Arco. Iris, Peace Pipes, beautiful music, beautiful music, beautiful music. Okay, I even played the Rolls Royce. Somebody was telling me, there's a jam on here. I listened to it. Still in Love. I listened to the whole side, you know, and this just isn't this ain't how I live. This music to me is like a cartoon. This to me is like manufactured reality. This to me isn't real. Although I know it is real. I hope someone understands what I'm saying. This is not real life to me. This doesn't represent me, how I live. It's not a diss. I'm just saying this is like a cartoon to me. Okay, I've said a lot today. I never mean to piss people off, but I know that when I speak my mind, it'll vibrate with some and it will upset others. Examine. That's what I ask you. If something I say strikes something, examine it. And examine that. And learn from that. But try to learn how to not do the typical immature, ignorant thing that people do, which is to attack the messenger. I don't like what he said. Think about what I said and why you don't like it. That's the message, not me. Don't be stupid like so many people and attack the messenger. Think about what the fuck he said and maybe why he said it. I'll say one more time. Our world leaders are just really stupid. War doesn't work. These people claim to be intelligent, wise people, and they're focused on what they want instead of being focused on how to make things better. They're buffoons, they're liars, they're idiots, and they're not good enough to be my friends.